Guten Tag, and welcome to my latest purchase. The incredibly practical, but also incredibly boring Audi A4 Avant 2-litre TDI business SE thing in silver. So boring on boring. Equipped with the infamous 2-litre TDI, which has no problems at all with any sort of oil related things or timing or anything at all. This is the most reliable engine ever made to mankind. It makes for good mile per gallon. Not. This engine is just a massive disappointment, if I'm honest. I don't like it. Now on to the cosmetic faults of this car. We've got, drum roll please, this scuff right here. We've got this missing hubcap and a tiny little bit of rust. This. And also this. We've got the Boy Racer Spec wiper delete and also plenty of scuffs on this back bumper. And finally, this, which I did not just make worse by hitting it. And as a side note, we have the 2-litre TDI, which is a whole reason in of itself to never want this car ever again. We've got leather, the fabulously useless MMI, and the wonderfully useful Audi Symphony package, and a wiggly knob. Now onto the 4 reasons why I bought this car. 1, it was extremely cheap. So normally these cars fetch 1,500 to maybe like 1,750, something like that. Great British pounds, the best currency. But this one was 200. 200 pounds. That's how cheap it was. You can't even get anything for 200 pounds these days, and I got an Audi Estate. 2, is peanut butter better than this? Is Marmite. Pretend it's Marmite. I don't know why this question's in here. That's clearly not for this video. It needed a clutch and flywheel. Funny looking clutch and flywheel. More on this later. And the miles per gallon, which is a terrible reason, as I found out, to buy this car, because it didn't get much better than my petrol Ford Mondeo. So 46.3, not ideal. Now let's revisit point number 3, and not point number 2, because I don't really know where that point came from. But point number 3, clutch and flywheel. That is not what a clutch or a flywheel looks like. This is a near side drive shaft. I just had to check there. What happened? I don't know, because I bought the car with the problem. But the way these work is they bolt up to the gearbox instead of having you don't insert it into the gearbox on the near side. So you've got like a bolt bit here that bolts on, and then the spline goes into the hub. This stopped existing. The bit that bolts to the gearbox doesn't do this anymore. So it obviously wasn't providing drive. And then the owner just thought that, oh, that means the clutch and flywheel's gone. Sell it off cheap to someone like me who thought it was a clutch and flywheel. So I buy the clutch and flywheel for £500, get the car over my pit, which is over there. And I see a loose drive shaft. So I was like, this is peculiar. I look online, £32 for a drive shaft here. A couple days later, fitted it in 45 minutes. The car runs sweet as anything. Took it down to Sheffield, can't fault it, it's going tomorrow. And obviously the main reason to buy an Estate, the practicality of such a vehicle. It includes luxuries as a spare tire, a terrible smell of wet dog, mold, and most importantly, a broken thing here. And Hot Wheels, but they're mine. The next guy's not getting them. Hello, I am cave diving now. Here's another cool feature about this car. I'm gonna smell of a wet spaniel in a minute, but hold on guys, I will get this. A dog cage, so that the dog can just come under here and still disturb you. It doesn't really do anything, to be fair, but... And the most important tool for a 2-litre TDI is stored in here. Da-da-da. The warning triangle so that you can put it out when your engine blows up. So, we are driving the A4 TDI now that we fixed back there, and it drives nice, to be honest. It drives nice. This will be its last voyage with me because, well, fingers crossed, the last voyage with me, because I'm picking up a secret special car that I've not seen in 2.5, 3 years now, so I'm quite excited about it. It came up for sale on Marketplace a couple days ago. I was like, boom, that's my car now. So I'm quite excited. We're currently getting 80 mile per gallon, 52 miles per gallon, which is all right. Put 40 quid in, got half a tank, so we're getting there. But we've got about an hour and 45 minutes to go. It's just over in Durham, and obviously we're in the southwest of Scotland, so 3 hours trek. But fingers crossed it's going to be worth it. We'll keep you posted with updates on the way there, but for now the car is driving sweet as anything, keeping it 90 degrees, half a tank, and also running over the cat's eyes because I was paying full attention to the road. Right, that is us on the A69 now, so I think we're just a couple roads away from the exciting motor vehicle that we're about to find out what it is in about 40 minutes, I think, something like that. Saw a couple of cool cars on the S6 on the motorway. I'm sure there'll be clips thrown in there somewhere. But yeah, we're cracking on. And the Audi is munching the miles. It's somehow used up 200 miles and we've not done anywhere near 200 miles, so we'll have to sort of figure out why. But we're getting 46.3 miles per gallon, so not terrible, not great, average I suppose, but cracking on. 55 mile an hour, got the tunes on, let's go. Welcome to my, not so new to me, E61 525i straight six awesomeness. None of you will know this car, apart from if you've seen that one short I put up about the rear tailgate hatch folding up about 3 years ago. Apart from that, this is a new to the channel car. As you saw previously, we said bye-bye to the Audi, which was also a new to the channel car, but received less love because it's an Audi. Who cares about Audis when you have this and BMW? I'll walk you through its flaws because there are a few. It's a BMW, so oil is a prevalent smell in the cabin sometimes, but it is what it is. There's also a few good things about it, so let's take a walk around it, see how it goes. Okay, let's start with the problem since everyone loves negativity these days. We have the biggest problem of the car, 3D plates. What a chavvy Asbo thing to get done. These are coming off as soon as I get new ones, as well as these Bradistan flaming, kidney grills. Why are they black? It doesn't make any sense. They should be chrome. It's an SE premium luxury automobile and he's put these on it. It's not a Corsa. And then also a scuff and some stone chips, but they're not as bad as these things. These are going immediately. The sides of the car haven't really got any issues, just these scratches and a tiny little dent there, but it's really nothing in the grand scheme of things. It has got more electrical issues. Not at all looking at the connections on the battery in the boot. Help me. We've got a good thing in the boot. It relates to a bad thing at the front of the car, but we've got a good thing. We've got like full, all new arms, drop links, more arms and stuff like that. They're not human arms, they're car arms, but that's, you know, we won't make as much on the dark web, but, you know, they are there. We've also got, oh, that wire's actually just pulled out off the resistor. So that, we've got two separate wires here. Okay, everything's full. Okay, well, this problem has got worse. I hope the car still works. But yeah, there's something wrong with the airbags that are causing the airbag light to go on. And I assume it's got something to do with this, because the code it throws up is a positive wire on the battery. But if it's not this, then it'll be something else down in there that will probably electrocute me in 5 seconds anyway, so it won't even really matter. But apart from that, we can't, this problem is easily solved. We just pretend it actually doesn't exist, and we put the cover back, which is what most BMW owners, I think, tend to do with their cars, is they just put it back together and close the boot. And now it's fixed. So the final problem is the interior. It just needs a really good clean. It was a mechanic that owned it, a HGV mechanic, in fact, that owned it before me. So that owned it before me this time round. Before I owned it the first time round, it was a valeter, which clearly it was not his car anymore. So it needs a damn good clean, but thankfully I'm quite good at that. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. Could make a video on that, I suppose, in the future, but we'll see. It does need a very good polish. The paint is, I mean, that's only wet, but, oh, it's actually not. That's just the worst paint job I've ever seen. Oh, wow. Okay, welcome to under the gargantuan bonnet of an E60 series BMW. And let's talk about some of the common problems that this one, of course, has. And also some definitely BMW spec brake lines here that definitely fit really well and are done very straight. Let's not look at this anymore. Let's instead focus on the oil that is actually, it's not actually too bad. The gasket is orange for some reason, but it's actually quite dry. There's a bit of residual oil, but it's not terrible. It does absolutely stink when the car's warm, but apart from that, that actually doesn't look too bad. Couple more problems that this one also has. If we look down here, the previous owner did tell me there's a Vanos inlet and a Vanos exhaust. I believe, if I understood him right, I think this is the one that's gone, and I think that's a Vanos intake, as far as I'm aware. So in that sense, it does need replacing because it every so often throws up an engine light. So I'll get that on. Hopefully it is not an expensive part. Another common thing, which I actually don't think this one does, judging by the oil read anyway, is high oil consumption, but we don't have a mechanical dipstick to check. So I don't know, we'll just say, sure, it's fine. And the second issue, the last issue even, is the oil gasket, which you can't see from here. So I can only assume it's hidden behind a third world country somewhere in Eastern Asia. But I'll put a photo on screen so you can have a look where that might be located. And also the peculiar somehow oil that's been shot over the air intake housing there, but that's fine. And whatever this is that probably the oil filter? Maybe that, bro, what? Why was that so loose? That wasn't even hand tight. That's probably why it was throwing oil everywhere. But yeah, I mean, it runs sweet as anything. It's a bit dark out, but we will get some clips anyway of it running and driving. I'll throw some in. We got some earlier. But no, it's going to be a light project. I don't think it's going to be heavy at all. I need them headlights correcting. So definitely get on that. And then shut the bonnet and pretend the problems don't exist. Look how easy this is. It's the same as the boot. That's just how you fix them. You just pretend they don't exist. And it's actually not leaking underneath, which is good. It's pretty dry. There's a strange. What is going on there? Why is there a hose clamp holding? What? What? And there's a bolt. Oh dear. Huh. So, and problem. Okay, well, I'll have a proper look at that at some point. That is probably the clunking that's happening. It probably isn't the front arms. It's probably that. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a proper look at that. So I'm gonna stop looking at it now, and that's fine.